Hey guys, I just have an update. I will be going live today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy Sunday. I don't know when you will be looking at this live. However, I want to update you that I did do my due diligence early this morning and called New York Police Department to obviously the missing units department on the case of Tijae Baker, excuse me, who was allegedly lured to an alleged cult leader, Terrence Hick. Well, I called and the man confirmed at the police department that Tijae Baker was in fact found. A press conference was released, but obviously it was a private one. And her mother, I guess, chose not to want it to be publicly put on the news because it's days later. And it was an alleged allegation that she was found days ago through her best friend and also a woman who was part of the Finding Tijae Baker Facebook group who also took it upon themselves to reach out to Tajae's Baker's cousin, and she confirmed that her cousin was found. So we couldn't just go by those allegations, but we know now. So I will be doing a live and I'll get into what I do know up to date on the status of her being found and what is going on with her at this present time. But I just want to say I'm glad that I'm able to say finally, someone didn't drag this on for Cash App and donations with the story of what really happened, being upfront and honest. And if there was anybody that I would take their word that probably Nature Boy being an evil person, which I could see that for myself. I'm older than these people that are now denouncing them. Musa being one of them, denouncing Nature Boy, admitting that Nature Boy is evil, that he's not in jail for no reason. He's in jail because of exactly what he was doing to these people. And I'm so glad that Musa, I'm talking about, cleared his conscience because that is only reason why Musa said what he said. Because there's been a lot of time, Musa, that you've been wasting trying to just think it was going to go all the way, knowing that you got to wake up every day, knowing that you put this man before your own.
And I'm realizing that it's something that I need to do for myself. Is that I want to say something, bro. Like for me, with the whole situation and everything that went down in the tribe, and I'm not doing this for no clout. I really don't care about that. I'm really, honestly, truly doing this for myself. I have to understand that as much as I love Chief and everybody in the tribe, I don't want anything to do with I don't want nothing to do with anybody that's still associated with Chief and the tribe. Me, myself, personally, I realized that there was a lot of bad things going on that I put myself in that situation that I no longer want to be associated with at all. And I just want that to be known. I want that to be on public record that I'm denouncing Chief and the entire tribe.
Family, your children. And he's admitting to it. So we're not going to badger him. I am going to do a live Monday. I'm not in a rush. It's the weekend and I'm falling back. However, I do want to hear from the community, hear what they have to say about what you are now hearing. Some of you that are just tuning in and finding out that Musa has denounced Nature Boy. He no longer, he says, wants to have anything to do with Nature Boy or Carbon Nation. Anyone that is affiliated with that group, he's done. He's moving on with his life, which I'm very proud of. And he's, like I said, he's gonna have to deal with the consequences of his actions. Um, but I always say to people, please protect your eyes and your ears. You got to protect your eyes and your ears. You have to be careful who you share your secrets with and who you tell your problems to and who you run to when you're going through problems. And always remember, you can't run from yourself. Musa is now realizing that through mistakes. And I'm quite sure he's also realizing that he was around a real sick individual who had real mental issues. And it started from childhood. And He's the only one really truly had generational curses, and he was trying to curse them. They had little problems. Went over to Carbon Nation, now they have big problems. So in a way, Nature Boy didn't lose the battle, because he did in fact make these people temporarily miserable for quite some time. I'm quite sure that they're still having to deal with themselves, sit with themselves, and have to cipher and decipher, through all of what they just could have walked away from, and not understanding why they didn't just leave. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow. But I think that the reason why Musa had to make a public announcement was because he got tired of hiding it. We already knew the truth. We were just waiting for, his time to tell us that what people are saying are not just rumors. These are things that they went through over there. It wasn't happy days. It really was never no happy times. He was never happy over in Carbonation. There was no reason to be happy. There was always toxic drama on a day-to-day basis going on, because the leader of that tribe, Carbonation, was toxic. He had his own problems going on. And he's like, people in the world, misery loves company. And that's what Nature Boy did. He wanted them to be miserable, because deep inside, that's really how Nature Boy truly felt. And it's so sad that we still have Carbonation members that have not left. And they probably won't leave until maybe, Nature Boy is convicted and there's a sentence. And then they have to leave. I mean, why would you still be trying to rep someone that's going to be in jail for the next 5 to 10, 15, 20 years? We don't know how long he could get if he gets in trouble. Convicted, I would say. So, I mean, he's already in trouble, but I'm just saying, we don't know how long they will give him. If Nature Boy decides to take this to trial, if he's convicted of any of these charges, or who knows, he could be convicted of some of these charges right now as we speak, but it just hasn't been publicly announced, or we don't know where to look to find it, and we just have to wait to the next court date. But I'm just so glad that Musa is definitely starting to see the light. There's obviously going to be a change from here on. Like he said, he doesn't want to have nothing to do with Carbonation of Nature Boy, and I don't blame him. It's toxic. And I could not imagine being one day in his life. I don't even want to even imagine trading places with him. I know that life had to have been a nightmare. I question Gargett. I hope you're listening, because I just don't understand, with all the evidence that has been present to the public at this point. Everything's out there now. Why are you such a die-hard supporter? Why, I think? Because he thinks the same way as Nature Boy. He probably wishes that he was Nature Boy. I don't think he wishes to be in the situation Nature Boy is in right now. But like-minded people think alike. So it was kind of puzzling to me that Gargett was shocked, and it's kind of also puzzling to me that a very smart and educated man doesn't see through this. I believe that he does see through it, but he, sickly as it might sound, or he knows as a human, first and foremost, that it is, he wants to still live that same sort of lifestyle. He lives a similar lifestyle without maybe the mistreatment to people. But I just hope that even Gargett starts to see through this and changes his thought mind on this whole thing. Because, come on, Gargett, you see exactly what happened. You know exactly what Nature Boy was doing, and you know none of it was right. But yet and still, you sit there and you play like you don't know what's going on, when we all know that you do. It's just a real unfortunate situation. I'm glad that Musa's seeing the light and setting himself free. I wish him the best. I wish all of the ex-Carbonation members and the ones that are still over there the best in life. And I hope that they prosper, all of them, even through these situations, because this is just a trial and error. This should make us stronger. And I believe that this is going to make them stronger. And some of them that are still over there, when they snap out of it, they will be stronger.